So I've had a request to get more video posts, so hello, here I am. And I've also decided to launch a set of weekly challenges. So this week, here's my challenge to you. Breakfast can only consist of real food. Now, where this came from was this morning, somebody on Facebook posted a TED video by this woman who was feeding her child breakfast, and all of a sudden her child totally started having an allergic reaction to food, and she started investigating more about food allergies, and she was talking about what she normally fed her child for breakfast, which was a Lego My Eggo waffle and blue yogurt. And I was like, but that's not food, so no wonder your kid's body freaked out. And it also reminded me of something that I've been meaning to blog about for a while, which was a conversation that I had with my 11-year-old daughter at dinner one night, because she was kind of complaining about the kind of foods that we have, which is things like, purple rice and tofu and kale. And so I said, okay, well, go get something out of the kitchen that you think you should, we should eat more of. And I don't even remember what it was that she pulled out of there. And I said, okay, well, turn to the ingredient label and read to me what the ingredients are. So there's a whole bunch of things that she couldn't even pronounce. And so I said, okay, now tell me what was in the mushrooms that we had for dinner. And she was like, mushrooms? Okay, now tell me what was in the pork chops. Pork chops. Okay, so Bella, which one of those things do you think is healthier? And that's when she kind of looked at me with that sort of that smirk on her face and was like, oh God, okay, Mom, you win. So I also thought, okay, starting off with breakfast, making a rule that it's just, you can only eat real food from now on, I think is an easy place to start, because there's a lot of things that you can use that are quick and fast that would fall into one. So here's an example. Okay, this is a joke. This is bacon made out of Jell-O that my neighbors brought over. Okay, how crazy is that? It actually tastes pretty good. But I also want you to know that they brought over bacon Jell-O shots. You guys look at that and smell it. Oh my God, it is, it's disgusting. I wish you guys could smell. Okay, no, in all seriousness, here are some really fast, easy things that you could have for breakfast that would count as real food. My breakfast every morning is this toasted hemp bread from a local bakery here in town. And I know the reaction is, hemp bread, you're having hemp? Okay, there are other things that you can do besides hemp, besides smoke it. But this is made from whole grains. I mean, there's sticks, nuts, everything in here. What I love about this is that it has a ton of fiber and a ton of protein, so it keeps me really full and satisfied all morning. I'll typically throw on something like almond butter, which is just a little bit less processed than kind of like your Jif peanut butter that also probably has sugar in it. Another great option is yogurt, but not the blue kind, the real yogurt. One example is this Fage. I know it says Fage, but it says it's pronounced Fage. And literally the ingredients in this is just grade A pasteurized milk and cream. Nothing else that's crazy. So some of you are like, ugh, but regular yogurt is nasty. So mix in some dried fruit, mix in some fresh fruit. Excuse me. Another idea that's really fast is things like nuts. We go to our local co-op, and the thing about buying it in bulk is that you get to create your own nut mix. So you can mix and match all the good stuff. You know, like when you buy a nut mix and there's all kinds of crap in there that you don't like, and then after a while you just end up with the really crappy stuff. Buy only the things that you like. Dried fruit, I mentioned. Super fast, super easy, healthy. I mean, these are things that you can also even eat in the car. Whole grain cereal, but be careful here because there's a lot of cereals that are masquerading. But things like granola. Here's a brand I like. I love to buy things that are local and natural, and this granola is called Crapola, and these guys crack me up because their tagline is, makes even weird people regular. So they're kind of making like some poop promises in here. I'm good on that, but a lot of it's just made with organic whole ingredients, and it's tasty. This is actually one of my favorite snacks, is throw a little bit of this in some yogurt with some cut up bananas. It's dreamy. So you have a whole bunch of choices, and I'll actually list out more choices in the text of this post, and I'll also post a link to that TED video that I was talking about, because it is actually very powerful. End of story is that you guys, a lot of food companies really don't care about you or your family's health. What they're really concerned with is making money, and they'll do it at any cost. So if you have a few minutes, watch the video. So for the next 7 days, breakfast composed only of real food. Let me know how it goes.